All right, y'all, we have another no item run here with the int hit team. I've seen the jokes about int hit being 2025 Rudigarn, right? And it's not completely unfounded, to be fair. This is my second attempt though. We did get the no item run instantly. Basically, the first attempt to hit did not dodge the AoE and die, but we are going to ignore that. Hit is the GOAT, right? I think Hit's still a very, very good card. And, his team is also packed with really good options for this fight. Now, I actually don't have int Hit myself, unfortunately. So we did have to hop into the private server here. But I do think even with like a 55% hit, you will accomplish very similar, like, kind of turns as this, right? Now, I do have a bunch of characters that I kind of wanted to try out here, including God Goku and Hit. They actually did pretty well here too, above my own expectations. But the thing about a lot of these characters is that they're kind of dodge reliant anyway, so the defensive stats that they're at kind of don't matter in a sense, which is why I'm like, Hit at 55% is going to be very similar to what he's going to be doing here regardless. I think what we'll be missing out is some damage, but I think defensively, he should be pretty comparable regardless, right? Now, we have Khalifa and Hill here. They tag Alar. This was a little bit scary. They were not able to get a bunch of dodges off because turn one, they don't have the 18 key stack on their super attack. Keep in mind that Khalifa and Kale do get 26% chance to dodge for 3 turns of their 18 key super, which will carry over to the next turn. But this Khalifa and Kale was turn 1, so they don't actually have that dodge carrying over, which is pretty important. God Goku and Hit do also build up attack with each attack that they do or evade in slot 1 or 2, so that's also really nice. And yeah, I mean, again, those two are some pretty solid options that I decided, hey, we're worth the try in this event, and actually did pull through in a lot of situations. Now, Int Hits is a character that does quite a bit, but I think two of the most important things I want to point out is one, his ability to provide a Ghost Usher later on in the fight is going to be really huge once we start trying to attack the other character. What I end up doing here is attacking Zamasu first. I think we could go either way though. We could technically attack Goku Black just like we did on the Super Saiyan 3 Goku team build. Now the reason for that is because we have Glorio and then the int hits, which again, the second point I want to come to is that int hit can give a 30% attack and defense debuff to whoever he attacks after his transformation. God, Glorio, oh my goodness, that boy did not dodge that. It's fine though. And I'll explain that in a second. After 3 super attacks, he does debuff, pre-transformation and post-transformation. It is just a 30% attack and defense debuff whenever. So that's really nice. Now, if we had like double int hit and then Gloria, I think we could have done that kind of strat. But here, I'm like, we don't want to attack Rose without debuffing him for a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and start attacking Zamasu here, and we'll just get Zamasu out of the way first. That's okay too. Now, AGOUI Goku is extremely important for this run. I'm going to be honest with y'all, if you don't have AGOUI Goku, I mean, who else would you really run? He's probably the one character on the team that I feel like is not really flexible to take off. Like, you could even like run like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. You could even get like the blue Goku and Vegeta, and then like you need a bunch of other Future Saga allies. So, like, you could make a team build with like blue Goku and Vegeta. You could put STR Rose on the team, physical Vegeta Blue. Maybe you can go with a bunch of extreme class characters, like an extreme class option like Tech Janemba, STR Rose, AJ Rose, the Rose Goku Black clones all fit here. Kind of like the Future Saga super bosses, kind of build with it hit as a leader instead. Basically super bosses, I guess, at that point. But AGOUI Goku, man, guarantee dodge on the first turn. He has the revival skill, which is why I said, hey, us taking damage turn 1 for this next turn was not a bad thing, because no matter what, we are protected by AGOUI Goku Survive. Whatever happens, Glorio doesn't dodge a super attack, we are protected by AGOUI's revival skill. And then after he revives, he then has a turn to dodge. So no matter what, what's going to happen is we're going to try and stay under the 77% HP threshold, which is, again, playing with fire a little. That's being completely honest. But a lot of these characters, again, like I said, are huge dodge characters anyways. I mean, what character here doesn't need to basically dodge the super attack besides Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on the first turn? Basically, everyone here has to always dodge the super attacks, but they all have really good chances to dodge. So that's why it's not really that big of a deal. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, once he comes back around, this boy is going to be able to transform. He has some of his counters. He also has an action break, just like Int Hit. Remember, I talked about the 30% attack and defense debuff that Hit does. Whenever that activates, he also does action break the enemy. Again, that could be really huge. Let's say the Zamasu has like a super attack. He usually super attacks pretty early. We're able to potentially action break that. Or it's one of his heals. Like, a lot of the healing that he does and a lot of his survivability is because of that. Oh, well, a lot of the healing he does, but a lot of the turns that he could spend here for extra time is because of the fact that he heals. So if you action break that, that's basically an extra 20 million damage that you save from Zamasu healing backup, which is really nice. And again, here I had full trust in hits. We're looking pretty good here. Hit gets up all these dodges, and keep in mind, with every attack he evades, he does get 60% defense and an extra 6% chance to dodge. So now after this, my buddy Hit is right here sitting at a 82% chance to dodge. He also, if he got a triple super here, could have action broken Zamasu, but I believe he doesn't. Yeah, he got the normal. What a fraud, dude. If he got the super here, he would have actually action broke this. And like I said, like, he could have action broken the super attack. Didn't happen here, but if the RNG played in our favor, we could have had no, like, it would have been a 0% chance to die right there, essentially. Compared to, what, the 18% chance to die if he didn't dodge. And again, Hit and God Goku here is fully built up offensively for the most part, so they're actually able to do some pretty decent damage. We are lower on HP though, so we do lose 10% damage reduction from being 67% HP or more. But as his first and second attacker in the turn, they do have the 66% chance to dodge at the bare minimum, which, you know, is better than nothing, of course. And they didn't even get super attacked anyways, regardless. Another good thing about how this kind of rotation played out is we're able to float Khalifa and Kale. The reason why I floated them here is because they'll come back on turn 6. Keep in mind that, you know, at turn 6, you do have the exchange available, but Khalifa does change the entire key sphere field to physical orbs. That will not only give us a full heal, but if Khalifa is locked in slot 1, we can go ahead and grab all the physical key spheres and get guaranteed dodge, because Khalifa at 23 key spheres has a 100% chance to dodge no matter where she is. It's not just the first attack, it is wherever she's gonna be at. So right here, I'm like, okay, we have AJUI Goku survive. I feel pretty safe here. Now I was thinking about what I wanted to do, and I decided to put Int Hit in slot 1. The reason why is because I'm like, okay, well, Int Hit is gonna have to dodge one attack before he attacks anyways, and UI Goku is not like he needs to like stack up, or the damage he does is really important. So I'm like, hey, if I need to dodge the one attack, let's make sure Int Hit does 100% get all these stacks in, and it does work out in our favor. It also will allow us to potentially action break Zamasu super, which again, we see the action break is right there because it is the third super attack he did in battle. Again, it's up to once within the turn, but now I believe, you know, he should be able to also have the action break kind of guaranteed for us for the next turn. You see his attack set also does go up with every super attack he does, or let me double check, is it? No, it's every attack performed, he gets 60% attack within the turn too. So again, Hit is looking pretty good here, and his dodge is really building up for us. Glorio does get the dodge as well. Now he's in slot 3, so he's providing us all that support. 50% attacking defense for 3 turns definitely does matter, especially with the amount of multiplicative stats that are going around here. So again, really, really looking good. I feel like we're in a great spot here, and Hit could have potentially disabled Zamasu super here too, which is super helpful for us. AJUI Goku continuing to dodge like the king he is, and Glorio's now gonna get his extra super attack from being in slot 3. Very likely gonna be able to get the 80% chance dodge too. I felt pretty good at this point in the run. If you look at the next rotation, man, we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in slot 1, Hit linked up with the Hit and God Goku. Like, the way these rotations are playing out are absolutely perfect. And by the time that Gloria would come back around, Zamasu will more than likely be dead. which means that Gloria won't potentially be locked in slot 1, and we could always just kind of keep them in slot 3 to continue giving us all that support, right? It's situational, of course, but usually I will try to keep Gloria on slot 3 if I can. Sometimes if like in builds where you're kind of going for Goku Black to be killed first, I do like keeping Gloria on rotation for 1 turn, just so that we can get a lot of extra attack buffs, debuffs early on. So again, right here, I believe I actually do decide to use Goku Black's, not use Goku Black, sorry. I use Hidden God Goku's active. This could be used after they do 3 or more supers in battle, and HP is under 76% or less. It does give them an active skill buff of, I believe, 13% attacking defense, which is actually a pretty significant buff for them, especially once we consider like all the links with Hit, Glorio. We of course do get Hit's transformation now. Now, Hit himself, when he's transformed, he starts to stack attack and defense by 50%, which is going to be super useful for us. But again, he will start off with the 70% chance to dodge post intro even, because after turn 6 he does lose the 70% chance to dodge. There's not really a reason to not use in Hit's active skill. Plus, when he receives an attack from an enemy who's hit by a super, he also gets an additional 16% chance to evade enemies' attack as well. So, again, once we start fighting Goku Black, Hit could very, very quickly get to a 100% chance to dodge. The AoE attack, especially if it's after he attacks, he will have no issues with it either. So, there we go. I did go ahead and decide, hey, we're going to go ahead and let Goku Black kind of just get cooked here. Now, one thing about his is that his active skill also does, what's it called? Let me take a look here. The active skill, like when he uses it, it does actually also technically disable the enemy's attack because of himself attacking, but it's not really that big of a deal. It also did debuff if I'm not mistaken. So Goku Black does get the guaranteed 30% attack and defense debuff from having Hit attack him. We'll definitely take that, right? It will negate a little bit of the build up that Goku Black's gonna do once we start getting him out of here. And I think do I use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's active here? I might use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's active here. I was considering it because I'm like, okay, if we do use his active skill here, we would be able to kill Zamasu. I was also thinking about moving him to slot 3 as well, just because I'm like, that counter would be really nice. I don't recall what I did. I did use the active skill. Okay, I knew it. I was thinking we could very easily kill Zamasu here once we use Gogeta's active skill, and I think with the amount of damage between Hit and God Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, especially with the active used, we would be good to go, and we would no longer have to worry about any locking shenanigans, which is really nice. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. Another reason why I did use Hit's active is because I knew Caulifla and Kale was coming around next turn. So with Caulifla and Kale coming around, I'm like, hey, actually, we can, take advantage of all those Goku Black hits in slot 1 and just have a guaranteed dodge against it. I do decide to keep Goku and Hit in slot 3. I think the reason why is because I would like to get their defensive built up, just because once Goku Black starts getting his own stats built up, it could be a little dangerous for them. Keep in mind, as the third attacker in the turn, for every attack they do, they'll get 20% defense up to 100%. Another thing with Hidden God Goku is that they will get a multiplicative 170% attack and defense as the third attacker in the turn, and an action disable too. So we actually have 2 action disables on Zamasu here, which is really, really good for us. There's Hit's first attack. I don't think Hit finishes Zamasu off. I believe that God Goku and Hit too. But I don't remember at the top of my head. I did do this run like a day or 2 ago. I just know for sure Hit did. One of the hits actually do kill Zamasu. I'm pretty sure this super attack is what finishes Zamasu off, which is more than fine with me, right? We're able to start getting some attacks dealt to Goku Black specifically here. Yeah, 46 mil right there. Looking pretty good there. Nice. And I don't actually, unfortunately, think that the action break does carry over to the next turn, as cool as that would be. Now, the only dangerous thing here is God Goku and Hit, doing all these attacks against Rose obviously does build him up for the next rotation, but at the end of the day, I still was not worried because, okay, we have Ijo UI Goku's revival skill. We have Caulifla and Kale having the 100% chance to dodge. Like, we're looking pretty good. Then we also have this tag exchange animation, which honestly, I do like it. I think it's really nice. This character, a lot of people wish they fused. I think they should have fused, honestly. Like, you know, it's kind of like if they're released. I mean, they technically did release like a Goten and Trunks that don't technically fuse, but that was a long time ago, right? I do use his active skill again here. I do want to say though, I did mess up because I do reset the turn. Because at first I was thinking, should I take advantage of UI Goku's revival skill ability and just get Kale out here? Because I was thinking I could switch into Kale. Oh no, I used, no, that's not what I did. I used the, yeah, okay. Let me reword what I was saying. I was thinking use hits active, then bring Kale out and kind of use Kale's ability. But then at the same time, I'm like, that probably is not the smartest thing because we have UI Goku's revive here. So why would I use hits Ghost Usher when I could use hits Ghost Usher the next turn? So I do actually end up resetting the app here and coming back in. Then, yeah, you see right here, I'm like, okay, might as well use Caulifla's, like, guaranteed dodge here. I do switch to Kale, but that's more so I could do the damage. Remember, Caulifla's active skill does give a 16%, I believe it's a 16% attack and defense buff to Universe 6 allies. Which, you know, it would help the hits in her, but I think that the 40% damage that we would get from using Caulifla's active skill, or Kale's active skill specifically, probably would have done more for us, especially because it would also do more damage. So, again, I thought this would be the better thing to do, especially if we do decide to switch into Kale like the next turn. I think it would just be overall more effective for us, especially with the key there. We do get UI Goku's active skill too, but I decided to go ahead and skip it. And the mistake I made is I forgot to transform Hit. I do forget to get Hit transformed. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day for the run, but it does give him extra attack stacks of 50% compared to 20% for his active skill. The defense doesn't really matter because at this point, I think, again, we very much have to dodge. Yeah, Hit died. Because of that. I think Hit would have died regardless. So funny enough, actually, yeah, no, Hit would have died regardless because we're still turn 6, so Hit had his intro. So that's what people mean when it comes to Hirudagor and Hit. If we didn't have UI Goku's revive there, Hit would have 100% died. But also, you know, you could have played it safer. And what you could have done is you could have played it safer. You could have put UI Goku slot 1, Hit slot 2, and then slot 3 Kale and Caulifla and just not care about the orbs that were being used there. I think that would have been a little dangerous though at the same time because it's like, okay, at this point staying that low in HP might not be the best idea. Really good turn here because we get action break with the Glorio. I decided, hey, it's about time to go ahead and use this. No better time than just now. We wanted to take care of the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as soon as possible. We could also get another action break with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's 18 key, and then Hit will do another action break. Like, there's so many action breaks going on here. It's actually insane. Goku Black's just not able to attack. It's another really good thing about this team build. But now after this turn, Hit's gonna debuff 30% attack and defense on Rose. Glorio's gonna get like 5 super attacks, all of them lowering attack. We're in a very good spot, especially because the AoE is after attacking, so yeah, I feel pretty glad, and it made me feel really nice that, hey, we did save the Hit and God Goku's active skill as well. That Hit and God Goku's, not Hit and God Goku, sorry. Hit and God Goku's coming around on the other rotation, but made me glad we saved into Hit's active skill. That just really, kind of gives us just the extra turn, especially if I don't like how the next rotation plays. I could always, I'll probably more favor, like, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta plus Hits. And then I think it would be Ijo UI Goku rotation. Like, that'd be a much safer one, right? Even though we would be above the 77% HP threshold. It'd be good still. Alright, and yeah, I mean, Hit slowly building up to do some pretty nice damage here. But next turn, the other Hit is going to probably explode with Hit and God Goku linked with them, because they do share quite a lot of links. Actually, they share in total 5 links, which I believe it's like, looking at their link site here, it is 55% attack, and they also do share what, 30% defense. Yeah, again, that's pretty good for them. Goku Black also gets a lot of defensively defensive stats build up too, so even lowering his defense actually does matter a little bit here in terms of trying to make sure he's killed, which is why, you know, Glorio here really helps out. Did Glorio get 1 super? I was not paying attention. I don't think Glorio just got 1 super. Pretty sure he didn't, because it's like not possible. I was yapping on the side. Anyways, the turn I realized, oh, I didn't transform Hit. And I just laughed at it. But I'm like, I think next turn will be a better turn to go ahead and have this rotation here, especially again with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the front. I think perfect. At this point, Goku Black is super mega debuffed, so I'm not even worried about, like, even Eiji UI Goku would even probably be fine, potentially. I think I do decide, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and switch into Kale as well. I don't think I'm able to get 6 T-Spheres. I don't remember what I do exactly in terms of rotations. I do stay to Caulifla. I guess that's very fair. I wanted to keep hitting God Goku in slot 3 because I just wanted to get the extra attack, honestly. The goal here is to just finally finish Goku Black off. We don't want this boy alive. We want him dead. Also, Caulifla would be a much better character to run in this specific part of the fight compared to hitting God Goku, because she has the guaranteed dodge against the AoE. So, again, would be really, really good for us. And at this point, just kind of just wearing this guy down. I'm not personally worried about losing at this point of the fight. I think we're in a very, very good spot because of all the debuffs we've been able to do. And we have the Glorio support up. Yeah, felt pretty good. I know Hit and God Goku as well would also be able to do some very significant damage. Keep in mind that Hit and God Goku do actually have no built-in critical hit chance, which is really interesting to me. But I did give them a lot of crit in the hidden potential system, so at least they have that going for them in terms of damage. I do wish that they had like some crit chance as a third attack for the turn. Maybe instead of honestly, the action break is nice, but would I prefer like a 70% or like a 66% chance to crit? Or, you know, they could even done like a 76% chance to crit. Something like that, even. Like, I think that would have been nice. Even on their active skill. Could have been interesting too, but yeah. I believe this is the turn we win here. I was thinking about what I do. Honestly, and I think I do keep Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta slot 1. Yeah, that's what we do because I realized we had the Dokkan attack too, so I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and keep it there. At this point, if we die, life sucks, right? But we got the counter here. Sweet. Keep in mind that this counter attack could also activate the hidden potential system super, which will just allow us to do more damage. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does finish things off though. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a lot of damage we took right there. Goodness. That it would have been very funny if he died there, actually. The smarter move probably would have been putting UI Goku in slot 1 still. But, you know, it's fine. Actually, oh wait, we had UI Goku's guaranteed dodge, didn't we? Why didn't I put UI Goku there, actually? Chat, sometimes, you know, I'm not a perfect Dokkan player, but I didn't realize UI Goku had his dodge until right now. I probably should have just put him in slot 1 anyways, because Gogeta would not have taken 743k from the second normal. The second normal does basically half the damage. So we would have been actually fine against that second normal. But doesn't matter, we won regardless. We're cooking. And to be fair, the reason why the attack did so much damage is because Goku Black super first. So that super attack being first really led to some very devastating results there. But we're very good here. We got the no item run. I appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Int Hit is 100% the GOAT here. He did very well, but I think this entire team looks really nice here as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.